Dear students, I am Dr. NIRMALA, Assistant Professor, PG Department of Computer Applications, St.Joseph College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore 1. In this session, we will discuss about the disk space non-contiguous allocation method. In the previous video, we will discuss about the contiguous allocation method. Normally, the file system stores the file in the form of block. The disk space organizes the files to store in a sequential or in a random manner in order to access the data in an easiest manner. Non-contiguous allocations. In contiguous allocation, the data should be ordered in the sequence manner, but the non-contiguous allocation does not allow the file to be stored continuously. Here, we can store the file in any random order. The sequential order should not be followed, and the only constraint is the block should be free. It's not necessary to tell the size of the file, so the wastage of spaces and the inflexibility is avoided. But in contiguous allocation, the main disadvantage is wastage of spaces and the inflexibility. But here, it is not necessary to say the size of the file before it is actually stored. So the main advantage of the non-contiguous allocation is wastage of spaces and the inflexibility is avoided. In non-contiguous allocation method, two methods should be followed. One is chained allocation and another one is indexed allocation. In the chained allocation method, a file directory entry is maintained for each files that has to be allocated. That is, it contains the file name and the starting block number. From the starting block number, it will point out the next block which we should be carried out, or which block should be needed to refer, which block should be indexed. So each block entry has a pointer entry to refer the pointer or address of the next block which need to be referred. This pointer entry needs 2 bytes. The size of the block is reduced to 510. The end of the file is, if there is no reference to point out the address of the next block, the end of the block is referred means it should be represented by an asterisk mark in the pointer field. Here, the above, as per the example, the file directory represented, the file size is xyz.c, that is C file. Gives the starting block number as 4. So the operating system start to refer the block number as 4. From the block number 4, we proceed to the point out the block 4, point out to the next block is point 11. By looking at the block 11, whether it is pointed to the next address of the block means, here the pointer 11 block pointed to the next address of the block is 0. After which the 0 block, here the next pointer is mentioned as the asterisk means it should be gets completed, which indicates the end of the file. The 0th block does not refer any block for the further purpose. So we reached at the end of the files. Here, instead of maintaining the 2 bytes as a pointer, inside each and every block we can maintain it separately as a table. And the specific table is called as a file allocation table, which contains the list of next pointers externally. As per in our example will given, the file name is xyz is read or written as a block number 4. Then from the block number 4 is considered as an entry number. The block 4 is an entry number. From the block 4, it will point out to the address of the next block. So we already seen the next block is 11. After that, it will refer some other blocks. It will point out. Finally, if it reaches the asterisk symbol means it indicate the end of the file. We will reach the end of the file. So there should be no need of the reference. The next one is called index allocation. Index allocation table, refer here. The next block pointer stored externally, then it is called as an index. Here we are separate block is allocated to store the address of the next block. for the next block pointer for the each files. Here the advantage of the index X, the next block pointer is available continuously, so the searching time is reduced. For example, the first block is 5, the 5 pointer to the next block is 7, the 7 pointer to 11, 11 pointer to 3. Instead of searching that, it previously the main you provide the index which block should be referred. So the next pointer is available externally as well as continuously. So it will be easy for and it will reduce the time of searching. It is the main advantage of index allocation method. Here the different operating system implementing indexings is as per the above example. Here the CP/M, that is control program for microcomputers. In this operating system, the next blocks pointers are available continuously. Index a file directory system itself. The structure of the file directory system is represented as follows. For example, user code, file name, and the number of blocks or block, then pointer to. So the size is 16 bits. It should be represented as 16 entries are given for next block pointer. If it exceed for any file means then another file directory is created in the above mentioned structure. Here, listen here. As per the above entry, the starting file block number for xyz.cobol file is 7. Then it proceeds to 11. Finally, end up with a 29th block. So it should be represented. So first it will go to the block number 7. Then it will the block number proceed to the 11th block. After that, the 11th block gets completed, will proceed to the 30th block and will proceed to the 4th. So the index file main advantage is we are given the next block which should be refer should be given so the searching time will be get reduced.